So thanks for joining us today. I wanted to put together a quick segment on communications within the DBP system. There are so many ways that you can automatically reach out to your customers. So for example, you can set up different autoresponders that will go out after customers register, maybe after they place their very first order, after they receive their first delivery, and then you've also got the capability to send out mass newsletters, whether that's your weekly announcements newsletter or you'd like to send something special out about an event that you'll be attending. You've got all of those capabilities directly in the back end of DBP. So let's dive in. So wanted to chat with you guys today a little bit about communications in the DBP system. There's several different types that you can set up and use. If you look down here in the customer communications section of the admin menu, you'll see a link called autoresponders. That actually takes you into the autoresponders message list. So this lists all the different automated emails you've got set up currently. If we click into one of these, you'll see that it'll tell us what type it is down here in the auto-response option. So this drop down is selected as after customer registration. This is where you determine what type of autoresponder you want it to be. So when you create a new one or you go into an existing one and you wanted to change it, this is the list that you would go through. And just to kind of give you a high-level overview of some of these, after customer registration obviously goes out immediately after they register. After each friend referral approved, as well as the person getting the credit, you can set those up. That's a great way to kind of bypass the friend referral system itself, the incentives that it gives, and instead include coupon codes. So in your friend referral, if you'd like to give everybody a free gallon of milk, instead of giving them a credit on their account or free delivery charge, you could do that using a coupon code. After placing a vacation hold, after registration and no purchase, that's kind of an important one that'll follow up with people if they register but don't ever actually place an order. You can do people that have placed an order and then don't repeat order. That's a great one to have set up. Birthday emails, that's a module we can turn on where it would automatically send out the birthday email on people's birthdays. And then you've got some of the more typical things like credit card declined email. That's one you want to customize a bit so that it looks and sounds like your company. Delivery reminder email, that's one that everybody's going to get in the system. By default, it's 2 days before delivery. So if you don't customize that and really make the content awesome, people are going to get tired of receiving that and just kind of hit delete. If you wanted to disable an autoresponder, stop it from sending out, you can mark it as disable this autoresponder right here under the types. Forgot password email, again, we've got a standard email in there, but you could obviously customize that so that it gives them a little bit more info, maybe prompts them with your phone number to call you if they continually have issues with that, so that you guys can deal with it directly through the back end. So really important to kind of look through all the different types we've got here. As a small company, you can really make yourself appear as if somebody is on top of all the communications because you're following up with people after they place their first order. You're following up with them after they've received their first delivery and really giving them an incentive to come back and keep ordering. So maybe you'd include a coupon code in that autoresponder. So the more you can really focus on setting up good content with at least the base ones, after registration, delivery reminder, after placing their very first order, after receiving their first delivery, it's just going to make you guys look more professional and be more inviting for them to tell friends about your service. Once you've got those base ones set up, you can really dive into setting up a string like send X days after Y delivery. So that would, for example, set up an email that would go out after everybody's 10th delivery. Maybe that one follows up and says, hey, it looks like you've reached your 10th delivery with XYZ company. We're super excited that you've been a long-term customer. Here's a coupon code worth a $10 credit on your account, or a coupon code worth a free veggie basket. All sorts of different incentives you could do with coupon codes. And then maybe you'd set up another one that would go out after their 30th delivery, and then another one that goes out after everybody's 60th delivery. So you're really automatically incentivizing people with these emails that go out, and you can put whatever type of coupon code in there you'd like. So really encourage you to take a look at all the different types of autoresponders and start making use of those with both educational content as well as marketing content. So for example, after registration, you really want to use that to let them know what happened, how your system works, when you bill credit cards, when to expect delivery. And keep in mind you've got all sorts of ability to add special tags in here. So if I want to tell this person which route they've been added to, I could actually add a tag for their assigned route. Or if I want to have a tag that shows their next delivery date, or if you want to have a tag that shows their cutoff time, or some more personal information as far as their address, as far as excuse me, saying, hey, your delivery is going to show up at XYZ address, you could put in their delivery address right here through a tag. There's also the ability to develop HTML emails and work in HTML mode to put that content directly in here. We can develop templates for you guys. It's a paid service, but you can always come to our crew and say, hey, I'd like to have you guys develop 2 to 3 HTML templates that load into the system. We can get you a quote on that. You guys can also develop those yourselves and then load them in HTML view here. So a lot that you can do with your automated emails. The other thing you always want to have is your signature. So at the bottom you want to have something that mentions your company name, your company address, your web address, your email address, your phone number. It just makes you less likely to hit the spam inbox when you've got all that information in here. Now you've also got some auxiliary options here when you set up autoresponders. For example, you'll see here you could send before the nth order only. So send this before their 4th order, or 0 as any, as you'll see. You can continue to send this X days after sending first email. So that, for example, after a purchase with no repeat purchase, you can continue sending that if you wanted to. You can delay sending. So there's all sorts of different options here you can look through and really get familiar with as far as what do I want to do here. By and large, you're going to leave everything default, and you're going to rely on the type of autoresponder that you've set up to take over when it sends and how it sends. Back to kind of our autoresponders list here. Again, there's some important ones. You want to have your thanks for registering. Your credit card's been declined. That's an obvious one that will be in here out of the box. We've received your first order. Keep in mind, you want to educate people on how the system works. Let them know that you've received that very first order. We don't typically send an email with every single order they place. So maybe you want to let them know that hey, we received your first order. From here forward, we're not going to send you an email with every single order you place, but this is how our system works. How was your first delivery? Again, following up to see how they liked your service. Maybe you include a SurveyMonkey coupon or a SurveyMonkey survey in there, where you're asking them some feedback on different products they received, or how the service was, or how the delivery was, etc. Password reminder, use that to help market as well. So take that opportunity to talk about how often you update your sale items and your promo items and your cross sells and first time order specials. You can do all that type of stuff. Just because that's a password reminder doesn't mean that you can't add some marketing verbiage to that. Credit cards expiring soon, that's an automated email that will go out. So again, a great opportunity to send them a little bit of marketing content along with the reminder that their credit card's expiring. Maybe even send them inspiration to continue being a customer, include a coupon code. Registering but never place an order, etc. So take a look at all your different autoresponders, and again, you can establish all these right now and then just mark them as disabled so that they won't go out if you're not ready for them to go out, if you're still in draft mode, that type of thing. Keep in mind you've also got your general news list. So on top of your autoresponders list, you've got general newsletters. And this is meant more to just send out, hey, here's our weekly announcements email, or here's a special event we're going to be at, or here's our Christmas greeting, those types of things. So for example, I could pop into half and half is coming. This is just a basic text message that was sent out as an email. No fancy formatting, just letting people know that half and half is coming. That went out to all registered customers. You'll see that you've got slightly different options when you're sending out a general mass email. You can send this to registered customers or only subscribed customers, so people who've specifically checkboxed that they want to be a part of that list when they sign up. You could send a specific membership levels. You could send to specific users that you comma separate in this field. You could even do it by ordered products. So I could say in recurring standing orders, they have to have XYZ product, and then you've got a list of all your products you could select. You could base it on orders that contain a certain product this week, or people that have an outstanding balance only, or send to specific routes. Send to customers who have a current week order only. You can even save this as a template for future emails that you send out. And you'll see there's always a spot to put in a test email address. If you put in a test email address and you hit save, it's going to send that out to the test email address right away. It doesn't send it to everybody else. It's only sending it to the test address. You can also preview the message. You can show the emails that it's going to go out to without actually sending it. So once you've saved your message here, then you actually have to come out here and you'll see a send button where this green resend button is, and that'll allow you to send, click it and actually physically send the email. So you're just composing these messages, and then you'll see them in the messages list, and from here you would send it out. And it does give you information as far as who read it, who clicked on links, all that type of stuff. So you'll be able to click the total sent here and get that type of information. There are a few other places that emails can get sent, and that's a couple of different reports. So I'm going to save that for when we get into the reporting section. But you'll see in several places when you get the results of a report, you could choose to email that result set. So I'm going to end here, and we'll take a look at those in the reporting video.